watching Not Enough Growing TV with Dominique, a podcast where I discuss life, love, and everything else in between. So, look, y'all, look. As y'all can see, like, I have this goofy, nervous smile thing going on with myself today because today this is where we're going to get into that all that other good stuff, okay, in tonight's episode. So without further ado, let's just jump right on in because like it's not like I'm necessarily excited to tell y'all. Matter of fact, my mouth is getting a little bit dry. Ooh, it's not that I'm excited to tell y'all. I just think I'm a little bit nervous because in tonight's episode, I'm going to be kind of like diving deep into like the start of me on the path that I'm on today. Like what kicked it off, what things transpired. And honestly, I feel like this is going to have to be like a 2 to 3 pod type, like a 2 to 3 type episode thing that I'm going to have going on. So let's just jump right into it. So what made your girl decide to be on the path that I'm on today, which is, you know, this positive light energy type stuff today? We're going to get into all that. Let's just, we got to start little by little. So let's just go ahead. So at the end of 2014 and the top of 2015, I made a decision that I was just going to be 100% completely done, like with my kids' father. Okay. So, I mean, I knew I was done years prior, but you know how people just, you just playing around because it's not like you're trying to play with somebody or you trying to play with their heart or anything like that. You just really get comfortable. You like get used to a person being around you, but you're not necessarily happy. Like you don't necessarily want to stay in that place. So that's kind of where I was years prior to saying this is definitely something that I need to just discuss with him, and that's just us not being together, period, So now we getting into, 2015 and I'm just kind of trying to get used to like being on my own without my kid's dad. Now, I'm not going to sit here and like fake the phone and tell a story, but we were in the same place, like in the same space. That's what I'm saying. We was in the same space for a minute, but absolutely nothing going on, nothing. But we did share the same space, but it was like he did what he wanted to do, and I was just over here minding my business like I supposed to. I wasn't minding their business like I wasn't supposed to, so it was nothing like that going on, nothing physical, but we did share the same space. But during this time, after a while, after a few months, he ended up moving out. So at this point, like, it's just definitely just me and my kids. And I was getting used to or trying to get acclimated with this new singleness, especially a new singleness being a mother of two. So, I mean, it's not like I never been single. I have been single before. I was single for like a year before, like years prior to meeting my kid's dad. And I felt like I did some growing then, but ooh, baby, let me tell you, but that's on down the line. It was not anything compared to what I went through and the growth this time around in my singleness. So, fast forward, we're like in 2016, and now, mind you, at the time I made that decision, I did not necessarily say that I was going to be the type of person that was going to be like, celibate, right? That's not a discussion that I had with myself at the time. So coming up on 2016, I just found it just seemed like I wasn't getting, to me, I felt like I wasn't getting a lot of attention. And the attention I was getting, and I'm talking about for men, honey. The attention I was getting was more so that attention that I really didn't want. It was either I didn't want that kind of attention, or it was like it wasn't coming from somebody that I felt was, somebody that I felt, I can't get with you. Let's just say that. So I'm like, and I really wasn't the type that'd just go out here and there. Now, I definitely love a good bar and grill, or I definitely love, on a good night when I want to, but I'm not really a clubber and going out. I don't have 1,000,001 friends, honey. So it's not like I was going out. Plus, when you have like 2 kids and, girl, you need a sitter, honey, and she ain't had no sitter. So I was like, at this point, I'm finding it hard to even have a friend, because I was like, I can't even have no friend. Like, where he at? Like, a girl just want a male companionship. Like, I wasn't really looking for anything except for like a male friend. So at this point in time, like, time is going by, and I haven't like super dried up. When I say dried up, like no phone numbers, no conversation, no nothing. And like I said, when I was getting people asking for my credentials, I was like, I definitely was giving out the wrong numbers sometimes. Or I definitely was, let me take your number. I call you. Yeah, for real, I call you. But I was definitely at that place. But I was like, if I can't really get, or if I can't really find what I'm looking for, let's just cut it all together. So I think this is around the time where I decided, I had a conversation with my good Lord up above, and I was like, Lord, if, I would rather, and plus I seen some things around me that I didn't necessarily like, you know what I'm saying? Like with like guys or other people like in their relationship, and I was just like, you know what? I'd rather be single. Yup. I'd rather be single than deal with either what I had just dealt with in my previous relationship, or deal with just BS, period. Because I ain't had time for it. I didn't, I was like, I'm older now. I'm a mom. So, I ain't got time. So I decided, you know what? Let me just take this time to like get to know myself. So in that conversation, I was like, God, if this is something I'm supposed to do, please let your girl know. I would rather be single than deal with trash. I don't want to be sifting through no trash can trying to find, that meal that don't have no mold on it. But at the time, see, in my head, I was just like, I was so at a place where I was just like, I came to terms with telling myself that if I was going to be with somebody, then it had to be perfect. Now, remember I said that because it's going to come back up later on. So I just said, you know what? And if I cut out, dating or being in a relationship, period, I might as well cut out sex too. Like, right? So that is when I decided to, that's when I officially decided to just not have sex, period. Now, I wasn't doing anything from the bottom of 2014 to the top of 2015. I wasn't doing anything anyway, but that is when I like really went over in my head and said, oh, okay, well, I guess I could call this hiatus celibacy. And during this time, I was like, I can keep this up until, Lord, send me who I'm supposed to be sent. So I was excited. I was on this new journey. And, I said, well, I do have a lot of work to do on myself. So, like, why the heck not? Like, why not? Okay, so time is going by, and I feel like I'm doing the work on myself, but I still have old ways about me that I see. I still see that I'm having the same type of conversations with the same type of people, and the outcome is still the same. So I felt like it was something else that needed to be done to like give me that push. So now here is 2017 rolling around. Your girl's still single, still not doing anything. But I think I went to work one day, and my coworker at the time was like, people always ask, like, you got a man? Girl, you ain't got no man. Like, no. Even dudes be like, you single? Why you single? But I was just single. And honestly, I really wasn't looking for anything or looking for anybody. I was at this point in 2017 getting a little bit restless with, all right, I can use, male conversation. And still, no, sex was not on my mind. It was not on my mind. It was just like, frustration, yes, because that is going to come with it. But just like conversation, I was trying to welcome it. So, how people think they're giving you great advice. Girl, you know what you need to do? Because you're too cute. You know what you need to do? Girl, let me show you. Girl. Let me show you. Got their phone. Start scrolling through. Boo. Like, I've been with him for like such and such and such and such. Oh, okay, girl. How y'all meet? Online. So I was like, oh, no, that's not me. I ain't never doing that. That's not me, right? Okay, so let's just continue to fast forward. I tried the online thing, but you still get creepers on there. So I was like, if I'm gonna meet a creeper online, you can't meet a creeper out here in the streets. Not that I want a creeper. I'm just saying, what's so special about being online? So from being online though, that did set me up to meet this person, and I think me and this person like corresponded for not long, about 4 months, but it's what you expect. It's online, and I never met them. So I was growing tired. Like, I'm a very impatient person, like very impatient. I told y'all in my last video, like, so there's something wrong with me because I don't have time and I don't have patience. So when I was like, is this what I'm supposed to be looking forward to? Like meeting somebody online, and like you can't meet them like in person. Yeah, I wasn't up for that at all. But I just wanna, you know what I'm finna do? I'm finna give y'all a cliffhanger. Yeah, you're gonna have to stay tuned until the next video so I can continue on with this story and my revelation. And again, I thank you guys for watching Not Enough Growing TV with Dominique. See you next time.